Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to License to View, a weekly podcast where two best friends get together, talk about pop culture, movies, anime, comic books, manga, all that jazz, everything that we like to talk about on a weekly basis since we were probably 14 years old. I'm one of your hosts. I am Jason. With me as always, my co-host for the past 4 to 5 years. It's Zach. Zach, what's going on, bro?
Oh, just another day, another dollar, making that money every day, trying to make more money, the eternal struggle. Uh, you know,
I think
it is what it is, man.
the big question is, you make $1?
Yeah, man.
That that's
Basically,
that's the
I
fucking thing
breathe and
that
I make like half a penny. So over the course of the day, it turns out to be like a whole dollar. So
that's what I learned is how when I become an old person, like an older adult male, is that because now I go like, I'll be walking through work, like through my,
mhm.
walking around my patrols or whatever, and someone will be like, "Hey, what's going on, man?" Or how's it going? I'm like, Another day, another
Another
dollar,"
day.
and
Hmm.
they'll go another day, and they say another dollar, and I go, "Man, you make that much? I'm jealous." And it's like, oh man, I hate. It's like just stupid ass like adult sayings like the weather.
Dad jokes, dude. Dad jokes are
It's
real.
it's fucking terrible, guys. But hey, this is a podcast where we get to escapism. We get to leave the adult realm and talk about adult nerd shit. So on the podcast this week, we got a lot of news to talk about. Last week was a pretty dry news week.
Yeah, pretty dry for the most part. There wasn't too much going on. I
We
don't
got some
remember.
good stuff this week, some things I
Yeah.
want to talk about. But first,
Mm.
what our weeks have been about, Zach. What have you been
Yes.
checking out, dude?
So I've had a pretty light week for the most part. I did start reading Red Rising because I went to the pool and
Okay.
started reading it. I got about 4 to 5 chapters in or something like that. His wife hasn't been taken yet, so I haven't got that far because they spoil that shit on the back cover.
Oh
But
yeah, yeah. It's a very
uh,
minimal part of the story.
yeah, but so that hasn't happened yet. But I did just get to the part where he didn't get his prize or whatever. What do they call it? The
Oh
laurel
right.
or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So he just got gypped out of that, and I was like, all right, so he's gonna start a revolution or some shit, and then everybody in his village is gonna die or some shit, some very Naruto ass stuff or something like that.
No, you look. I don't want to spoil it for you.
Okay.
But I mean, if you want to know, I can tell you because
I
it's
mean,
such
I'm
a
probably gonna read it
relevant.
again today because I'm going to the beach again, so I'll
Okay,
probably
so
get there.
it's such an irrelevant piece. Like this beginning is such a like it becomes the basis for why the character is doing everything he does in the
Hmm.
next two books. But it really doesn't matter past this book, if that makes sense.
Oh,
Like,
like anything that's happening like in his village or anything like that doesn't really
like
matter.
it matters to him, but it becomes such a distant. Can I just tell you, kind of to an extent, and not spoil it for you, but kind of give you
Yeah,
like,
that's fine.
okay, so his wife gets killed,
Okay.
like executed.
I figured something like that with his dad getting executed and his wife being like a revolutionary. I figured she was probably gonna die.
Right, so she gets killed. I'm not going to tell you how or why or whatever, but she gets killed, and then he gets recruited to become essentially like, an sleeper cell agent within the Golds
For the rebel
for
thing.
the rebels. Yeah, so he
Okay.
becomes they like cut his body and shift him to become a Gold.
Okay.
So Reds are small, like frail, like hard, like manual labor. Golds are godlike, right? Tall, muscular,
So you can actually
naturally.
shape your body into whatever
Well,
other, like you could make your body a gray or something like that.
it's illegal, and they find like
Okay.
a splicer kind of character, to where like they like cyberpunk morph his body for like weeks
Okay.
to make him become this Gold, and it's him becoming like this god character to go into this academy to like become a Gold, win through the academies, get a fucking like armada, all this stuff that comes in,
Hmm.
which that's when it gets like, oh shit, okay. Because the first
Okay.
part of the book, until his wife dies, it's kind of like, okay, he's gonna get revenge, but and then they really explain to you how much, like how a red could not beat a Gold in any sort of physical fight. The only
Okay.
way a red could beat a Gold is if the red becomes
A
a
gold.
Gold. Yeah.
Okay.
So, but I don't want to ruin it for you, obviously. But it gets really, really, really good,
Okay.
dude.
No, I'm interested in it so far. I mean, I mean, really, just this early on, I just like his character for the most part. So,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
interested to
yeah.
see where it goes. So, Yeah, no.
I think you'll really really enjoy the series if you I mean because we have very similar tendencies in what we like,
Yeah.
and it's a very super space opera, type of thing. And it's kind of,
Mhm.
like I said, it's kind of anime, but I
Yeah.
think you'll really enjoy it. And I really like the first three. I haven't finished the fourth one yet because the new
Mhm.
the new trilogy is coming out.
So the new
Um,
trilogy's with a new, is it the same world but like a different character?
it's the same character 10 years later
Oh.
after whatever has happened in the first
Okay.
three books. Um, there's a lot of really great bonds in this, like friendship bonds. Like you like shonen anime, so it's about
Yeah.
friendship, Nakama. It's all about that. He has a really good team of people he gets along with. They're really good villains, like really good
Mhm.
villains.
Okay.
Um, and the writer Pierce Brown just I think he writes this very very well. And I think it's gonna be really hard for him to beat this series after he's done. That's why he did three
Yeah.
more, or he's doing three more because it's like such well received shit.
Yeah.
But I don't want to ruin any more for you. I think you'll really enjoy it, especially when you
Okay.
get to book two and three. I think you'll
Yeah.
really like the first one, but then you get to book two and three, you go, oh, because the world's it's like
It just explodes.
it gets so much bigger, like grand
Yeah.
scope of stuff, right? Like you have like the book one's like this,
Hmm.
right, in the world, and then book two is like this, and then book three is like the galaxy.
Damn.
It's in the
All right.
galaxy. I think you'll
Yeah.
really enjoy it. So
Okay. Yeah,
sorry.
no, I'm digging it so far. I'm excited to read more of it. So I started that. I watched and finished Evangelion and the Evangelion
Okay.
movie.
Okay.
I just finished the movie this morning.
Right.
It's really fucking weird series.
Okay. So let's talk about Ava real quick.
Okay.
Obviously, we're going to talk about Ava later on because of
Right.
the news articles about talking about Ava.
Right.
But how did you enjoy? How did you feel about it? Did you enjoy it? What were your thoughts about after? So it's such a big staple of anime. It's like a Cowboy
It's
Bebop, like
huge.
a
Yeah.
Samurai Champloo, like a
Yeah.
Akira. It's this massive ass anime that people always say you should watch this. You should watch Ava. You should watch Ava. Seeing it for the first time,
Yes.
not Rebuild, but just seeing the series
Yeah.
1995. How do you feel about Ava? Did you enjoy it? Did you not like about it? How do you feel?
I enjoyed it overall. I even enjoyed because I know that just from being in the community, I know a lot of people don't like the last two episodes of the actual
Yeah.
anime series.
Right.
I enjoyed those. It's a lot of it's the same shit. Where it's the only thing that's really different from the movie is that there's a lot more of just like out because the whole end of Evangelion for the last two episodes is all just like Shinji's mind, and so the end of Evangelion is more of like how the world outside of it is also affected by the third impact. I enjoyed it a lot. I mean, I'm a mecha guy. I've liked Gundam forever, and so I really like the designs of the Evangelions. I like the characters for the most part. I don't like Asuka. I thought I would like her because I typically like those kind of characters, like heart, like mean on the outside, but like got a like a soft inside.
Right.
Um, but I don't think she has that. I think people mislabel her because I think she's just a straight up bitch. So I fucking hated her character ever since there was like the first episode. I was fine with her when she first gets introduced, and her Ava looks fucking rad. So
Yeah.
I was waiting for her, and then she just interacts more and more with Shinji. I'm just like, you're a fucking bitch. Like I fucking hate you. Um, because I wanted to save this for next week because I think I'm hoping our friend Shaquille was going to be on, but I also finished Fate Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works, the second, technically the sequel to Fate Zero, and so
Right.
the character in that I would say is very similar to Asuka but better, which is Rin Tosaka, who's like a master mage magician or whatever. Um, but she's a very similar character where she's got like a hard outer core and she like keeps a lot of people away, but when you dig inside there's like a nice soft character that like really cares about other people. But I don't think Asuka cares about other people, so I don't like that kind of shit, and I just don't like. I went in with her label thinking that I was gonna like her, and I just ended up fucking hated her because I think people mislabel her. Um, but I like Shinji for the most part. Until the end of Evangelion movie, I fucking hated him the whole movie because he's basically in the fetal position in the corner of the whole movie for the most part, and I found that really fucking annoying. Especially when you like watch the whole series and from episode like 13 to like 24, he's a completely different character from how he starts off. Like he's much more assertive, he's much more confident in like being an Ava pilot. I mean, it gets to the point where it's like he's like that because the being an Ava pilot, as he explains in the show, is like all he has. And so that really fulfills like his whole identity. He doesn't have anything outside of that. But when it gets to the movie, he basically scraps all that away and is like a sad boy, soy boy who like wants to fucking die in the corner or some shit. But basing off of like where the movie starts in the story, it makes no fucking sense. I don't know. I didn't. I honestly, I know a lot of people like the end of Evangelion movie. I did not like it that much. I like that Asuka had her like final fight scene, and I like the imagery of it, of like the third impact and all that kind of shit. But overall, what they did with the characters, I thought sucked for the most part. I didn't like it. That's probably an unpopular opinion because I know a lot of people like the movie, but I was not a fan of it. Um, but I really like the series a lot. I really like those characters, and I honestly like the way that the series ended for the most part. I thought I thought it was a really decent wrap up for what I was wanting to get out of the series. I'm probably in the minority with that, but I enjoyed it for the most part, and I felt really stupid because I've watched the Rebuild series before I watched Evangelion, and so the Rebuild series made no fucking sense to me. But I thought it was really fucking cool, and I like those characters. But now I watched like a whole like there was some guy on Crunchyroll that did like a whole explainer because there's like from all the crossovers and shit. He was saying that it's like the the anime universe of Evangelion is like basically like 37 different timelines that branch out from like the original series, and Rebuild is like technically like a reboot remake that takes place in like that same timeline based on what happens in the series. I don't know. So it was his video made me understand why Rebuild was so confusing to me, and I didn't understand what the fuck was going on. So I'm interested to go back and watch Rebuild again, especially because the fourth movie is coming out either this year or next year, I think, or something like that.
Right.
But for the most part, I enjoyed it a lot.
See, I'm on the complete opposite spectrum. I can't stand Evangelion, man. I
Yeah.
mean, I enjoyed the rebuild stuff for what they
Right.
were. I think they were animated very really well.
Yeah.
But I feel like I haven't seen the show in probably 8 years.
Yeah.
I watched it once, no, probably longer than 8 years since high school. So
Right. Yeah.
yeah, probably since like 2009, I watched it.
Hmm.
Besides what I saw on Adult Swim, obviously,
Right.
I really just don't like it. To me, it's such a they're trying so hard to be deep and metaphorical,
Yeah.
and I don't know if that's a conscious thing. I mean, I'm assuming it is because
From what I've heard about it, it's very much. I think he's trying to do that, and then he just. I mean, from what I've seen, it's like I don't know. He has this whole thing of where it's like the whole series is like based on his depression and like what he went through as like because he was like a huge anime otaku before he
yeah.
even started animating, and so it's all about like his depression and how that lifestyle affected him or something like that. So I haven't dig too far into it. I just know the basics, but yeah, it seemed like he's trying to be super philosophy heavy, deep kind of.
Yeah, and I don't really care about that in my mecha.
It's
I mean,
confused a lot. I don't like how, especially for like the last 2 or 3 episodes, like how close I had to pay attention. I was like, I shouldn't have to pay this close of attention, especially because a lot of it is like interspacing of text with
yeah,
voice acting, and for me, having to read it not in Japanese, but the subtitles in English, and it going like super fast. There was multiple points where I had to like rewind
yeah,
like 10 seconds so I could like read what the fuck was actually going on, so I wasn't lost. So for that
yeah, yeah.
takes it out for me. It's like I want to know what's going on, but I hate having to like fucking rewind and like pause and to get the full picture. So
Yeah, and I've just never really enjoyed the show.
hmm
Not that I know that it's like I mean it's obviously culturally significant. I'm not going to
yeah,
no one can deny that or question that. But
right,
I don't enjoy the characters. I don't enjoy the atmosphere of the show. I think the robots look really cool.
yeah,
I think the bad guys look really cool. I think the concept is really cool. But I don't like Shinji. I didn't like him at the beginning of the show. I didn't like him at the end of the show. I didn't like him at the end of
hmm
Evangelion.
hmm
So with that being said, no one in the show I can latch onto to enjoy. So I don't
Yeah.
really care. Whereas if I watch like Gundam, every Gundam show I have the same archetypes I
Yeah.
can enjoy. You know,
Yeah.
like they've done the reluctant hero pilot character 1,000 times in
Is he
Gundam.
in Gun Wing?
Yeah, but like, well, you have Hero where he is kind of down, but you
Yeah.
have like Kira Yamato in Gundam Seed is reluctant.
Yeah.
He realizes he's killing people, so he's a freaked out moment, but then he overcomes that. You have Amuro in the original series is reluctant eventually, but then comes to terms. Like you have all these characters that I enjoy, but I feel like it's also because it's just military focused versus
Yeah.
like supernatural, paranormal, dimensional focus, which that's the
Yeah.
Ava, that's the robot stuff of Ava, and I'm more of a I like the robots as though they're a military science fiction focus versus that area.
Yeah, it's very much it's a mix between like sci-fi and like Lovecraft stuff, like very much like just like space gods and like all that kind of like weird mythology that comes with like any kind of like Lovecraft story, which is all very confusing as shit. So
Yeah, but hey, you know what? You've watched it.
yeah, I watched it, so I finally can say I've watched Evangelion and ended Evangelion, and it was all right. I don't think it's the greatest anime series I've ever seen. It's good. It's not bad. I enjoy it. Um, I don't think I would watch it again anytime soon.
But that makes me ask, what is the greatest anime of all time?
It's probably Full Metal, dude.
Yeah, it's pretty
Full
good.
Metal for me is probably
But
one of
which
my
one?
favorite.
Which one though?
Brotherhood, of course.
Brotherhood.
Brotherhood. That's
I
where
don't
you
know.
get the best.
I kind of like the first
Like
one
about
more.
Brotherhood is that they don't do as much with Maze Hughes. Because Hughes as a character I like a lot, and he gets a lot more stuff in like the original anime than he does in Brotherhood. Um,
I feel
so
like
that's probably the thing
my
that I like.
big my big thing too is that the original one to me seemed way darker,
It is way darker. Well, I mean, especially it's like
just
I think
stylistically
Brotherhood.
too.
I think Brotherhood uh, gets a detriment from, especially earlier Brotherhood, of having the original Full Metal come out so because it only came out like I mean it wasn't like super at the same time, but I think it was still in like they were both in like 2000s. But I
It's like
don't
3 or 4
think
years later or something like that.
yeah. So I mean I think one of the darkest parts of Full Metal was the homunculus with the little girl,
Mm-hmm.
and that kind of gets skipped over in Brotherhood for the most part. And so like the one of the darkest parts in the whole series is kind of like just glossed over in Brotherhood, and so like it kind of loses its impact
I think
from
also
that.
it's because just the style of how they drew the characters compared to the Brotherhood's way more like based on the manga style. It's a little
Yeah,
more rounded faces kind of thing, whereas the original series they clearly drew it more like anime, have you
yeah,
dramatic anime style, however you want to describe it. I mean, obviously the big difference is I think story wise, Brotherhood's so much better.
yeah,
But I think the dark tones are way better in the first one.
yeah. I think one of the big things that sells it over Brotherhood over the top for me is that it just has not even story wise, but it just has better characters. Because Ling is such a more interesting thing for Greed to happen instead of like Greed just going away like he does
The
in the
original.
original series. Having like Ling take over Greed and like having that be its own character, I think was way more interesting to have in Brotherhood.
I
Plus,
couldn't.
Musk is like way more into Brotherhood than he is in the
Yeah, I
original series.
couldn't tell you shit about Ling, where the fuck
Yeah,
Ling is. I know Ling's the Asian guy,
yeah.
but who?
It's just cool, like that. He's like he comes from like well, it also expands the Full Metal world because they talk about like he comes from like an Eastern country and he's like a prince and
Yeah.
he has like his ninja bodyguards and shit like that, and then he has his whole partnership and conflict with Greed. So I just
Don't
thought
they
it was
have
great.
like their own version of alchemy too?
They kind of do, yeah. Where it's like it's more like a cross between like ninjutsu and alchemy, where it's like they because the one girl, the tiny like Asian
Yeah.
girl, like she does alchemy, but she like throws kunai, and the kunai make the alchemy
Right. Right.
formula or whatever. And so yeah, they all have their own thing, yeah.
All right. Well, what else have you been checking out?
So besides that, I also checked out Toy Story 4. That was probably one of the I saw that. It's probably my favorite sequel to Toy Story because the original's still my favorite, but I enjoyed this quite a bit. Plus, it had our
So
boy Keanu in it.
I bought tickets to see it the night we did our podcast last week.
Yes.
We went to go. My girlfriend and I went to go. We walked in
Yeah.
the theater. We had a bunch of food beforehand because I've been on a
Hmm.
diet, so I had a bunch
Yeah.
of food. We sat down, and then we got up and walked out. Because there was a bunch of people in there, a bunch of kids in there. We just both didn't feel good. We were like, "Fuck this
Yeah.
movie.
That was
We don't
probably
want
the
to
biggest
go."
thing for me because we went and saw it on Tuesday, and I was like, oh yeah, fuck yeah, I'm gonna watch Toy Story, and then I sat down in the theater, and I was like, fuck, I forgot there was gonna be like a bunch of fucking kids,
Yeah, yeah,
and there was one kid that was like crying for half the movie, and I was like, lady, don't bring a fucking baby to a movie, don't do it.
yeah. Let's go ahead and set that ground rule now. Fuck that, man.
Yeah, don't bring your fucking 1 year old kid to Toy Story because you know what? They're not gonna fucking remember it. So, don't do that to the
Oh, but I want to see Toy Story. We'll get a fucking babysitter then,
Yeah.
bitch.
Get a fucking babysitter or wait till that shit comes on demand and
This
you fucking
shit's
rent that
so
shit at home.
fucking rude, dude. This shit pissed me
Yeah.
off, man. That I don't know what's worse: the motherfuckers who fucking don't turn their ringtones off or have the screen
Ugh.
brightness on too much, or the fucking people that bring their kids. Look, here's the flat out: if you bring a baby to a movie,
Fuck you, dude.
I get to confiscate your kid and throw them
Yeah,
in the trash. Fuck
I get
that.
I get to chuck your kid out the emergency exit
That's
door. That's
so
what I get
annoying,
to
dude.
do.
'Cause I just paid $30 to see
Yeah.
goddamn whatever movie I'm seeing, and you think you're entitled to bring your fucking baby here? I'm gonna go.
Oh.
I'll telltale on you, bitch. I'll go get the fucking manager at this fucking Regal Cinema
I'll
to
get the
come.
security guard, dude, and get you to get your fucking kid out of the
Like,
goddamn
shit's
theater.
so annoying, man. It's just so annoying.
I just don't like people that make unnecessary noises because I don't know if I talked about this, but when I went to see Endgame in 3D, there was a motherfucker next to me who decided that it was his sole job to crinkle all of the paper and jangle his keys and do all
Hmm.
this unnecessary fucking bullshit. And I was
Yeah.
like, you know, do this while I'm trying to watch this fucking movie right now. Like I'm trying to watch the movie. I don't need your unnecessary crinkling of anything that's in your pockets at this moment.
Right. Well, so when I saw Endgame in IMAX the second time,
Yeah.
we were out there at the IMAX theater, and there was a family of four in front of my girlfriend and I. It was
Yeah.
the two kids, probably like 6 to 3
Hmm.
age. That the girl there's a girl who was like 6, and then the boy was like 3 or whatever. And the
Okay.
parents were probably like mid 30s or something like that. And the girl kept getting up out of the seat because they're right in front of us, and then she would
Hmm.
like roll around between the seats to talk to her dad, ask the dad a question super fucking loud, and then the dad wasn't saying shit, and then she would like open a bag of shit and then do it super loud and annoying. And the theater was packed on a fucking, it was like a Wednesday, and it was packed or something like a Friday
Yeah.
morning or some shit. And I wanted to like be like and tap the dad, be like, "Hey, control your fucking kid."
Yeah. I mean, at that point, it's like clearly your daughter wants attention from you. You don't get to see this movie with your kid because your kid's clearly too needy. So you just have to wait.
And it's the same thing in Endgame, and I get it. I want it's hard to look. I love things,
Yeah.
but a movie theater is meant to be shh, quiet.
Yeah.
If you're the kind of
Communal space, dude.
person, if you're the kind of person that claps at the end of a movie, go kick rocks. Right?
Yeah.
It's annoying as shit.
The only thing that's acceptable in a movie theater is if it's a comedy and you laugh.
That's
That's all you
fine.
get.
That's fine. Or if it's a horror film and you
And you
scream,
scream.
okay,
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. But if it's Avengers Endgame and
Yeah.
you see Black Panther on screen and everybody's of a particular color or whatever, and that's not. That's like if I saw fucking Ling Ming or whatever the fuck the guy,
Yeah.
Doctor Strange's guy was, and I was like, yes, rice is rice. So it's like it's stupid. It's annoying, man.
Hell yeah,
We
dude. I
get
get to
it.
see Captain Steve Rogers and I just
Yeah, white
pump
boys,
the fist,
right?
dude.
The best part, I mentioned this before in the podcast, I think, is that when I saw Infinity War
Mm.
and Black Panther showed up on screen,
Hmm.
every black person in the theater yelled and then said Wakanda forever. And then at the end of the movie, when you see him turn to dust, there's a one black guy in front of us and a group of like 8 white guys. So they're all like high school friends. And the black guy in front of me goes, Wakanda forever, man. Like he's like hurt by it. And I was like, that's the only time I will appropriate, like that's fine. That's the only
Yeah.
time that I'll let that go. Every other time, It's
Yeah.
stupid. It's
Yeah.
dumb. I get that's probably like a snobby movie thing, but it's just a movie theater, man. The movie
Yeah.
experience has already died so much in the past
Mhm.
10 years that this is all I got left.
Yeah.
And I don't want it to
I
be
mean, yeah,
ruined
so you
by
got.
dumb fans.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, did I tell you about the one time that I went to see? Uh,
Uh oh, hold on. Uh oh. Lost your Zach.
it was when Black Panther came out. I went to see Black Panther, and I watched about what? Oh, it was they were trying to. He was trying to explain to me what the theme of Black Panther was. He was like, "Do you guys get what they were trying to do here?" And I was like, "Yeah, man. They made it pretty fucking obvious. Like his message of the movie was like, oh, it's like people gotta work together. Don't build walls." He was like, "Yeah, no, man, but like people gotta like work together." And I was like, "Yeah, man, that's like exactly what I fucking said, dude. Like it's pretty fucking obvious."
Let's not forget that Wakanda. What's his name? What's the fuck's Black Panther's name?
T'Challa
T'Challa.
or T'Chaka.
T'Chaka, or whatever his name is. His dad was Donald
T'Chaka is
Trump.
his father, I think.
His dad is
Yeah.
Donald Trump.
It's Donald Trump, dude. He
His
has a
dad is
wall.
Donald
He
Trump.
keeps putting people out. He doesn't share resources. And he's like, "No, fuck your illegal immigrants. Get the hell out of my country."
Yeah. And guess what? Dad's still a good guy at the end of the movie.
And you know what? Killmonger's Donald Trump too.
Yeah.
So
Right. So no, that I can't stand that shit, dude. The only
yeah.
time I'm gonna tell this story, and it's
So,
not a racial story, but it does involve race,
I love the
and
caveat.
it does involve stereotypes of a particular race of people in movie theaters. Now that's a stereotype, and
See,
that's look,
you're
that's
skirting some lines here.
it's
You better be careful.
a stereotype, but
Say that line.
it's fine. To balance it, I will
All
balance
right.
it with this one.
Okay.
My Asian mother would always sneak in every candy bar because she's cheap.
Oh yeah, no, I do that.
All right, that's a thing. Okay, fine. I'm gonna balance it that way. This is what it
Okay.
is. Okay.
All right, it is what it
My
is.
dad makes bland chicken or whatever. I'm giving some so I can take so I can whatever.
There, yes, you gotta give and take.
I remember I was in high school, I think, or maybe right out of high school. It was pretty recent or whatever. It was a Paranormal Activity movie. Like I
Ugh.
don't know, maybe it was like 3 or 4 or something like that. It might have been like I was right out of high school, whatever. But my buddy John, it
Mm-hmm.
was his birthday, so he wanted to go see it. And you know me, I can't stand horror movies, right? So I go, you know
Yeah.
what? That's fun because me and him we watched the first one together on like a pirated website in high school, and we were like fucking pussies. We were like, it was in his room on like a Saturday night, and we were fucking afraid. We had a tiny ass screen, and we didn't even full screen the movie. We just had it on like the fucking small window. And it was the end scene. We were like against the wall, like 15 feet away, like
As far as you could
yeah,
possibly
as far
be.
as we could possibly go. So we were there in the theater at. I won't tell you what theater it was at because you're from the same area. We saw it at Oak Brook.
Yep. All right. Yep.
So if you don't know, who would know? Oak Brook is the like cheap theater
It's the dollar theater,
essentially,
basically.
but at the same time, it's also in an area where what do you expect? So we were there in the movie, and I'm going to say 70-30. 70% African
Okay.
American, 30% not.
Okay.
Hispanic, white, two Asian people.
Let's say not even white, just not
Just
not black.
not black. So in that movie, every time something like it would like it goes by nights. Like okay, night
Right.
1, night 2, whatever. And then it would
Mm-hmm.
be like okay, it would go for the first part of the movie, nothing's creepy happening, kind of setting everything up, and then be like night 1. And I heard a black girl go, "Oh shit, here it goes." And I was like, this is going to change the atmosphere of the movie to a comedy. So every time it happened, people
And Paranormal Activity movies were basically comedies.
right,
So
and every time it would say like night 2, night 3, everyone would clap and cheer and go, "Here we fucking go!" And I'm like, dude,
God.
it was probably the best movie I've ever been to.
All right.
It was the best
That
movie I've
sounds
ever been
actually
to.
yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, so that's all I wanted to say. Whatever. So,
I got you.
what else have you been checking out?
So the only other thing I checked out was that I bought, downloaded, and started to play a little bit of Judgment,
Mm.
and I like it. I like it a lot. I like the character. I like the detective aspect. I like that the combat system's not as complicated. There's two styles, one if there's a lot of people and one if there's only one person. So
Yeah.
it makes it a lot easier than Yakuza, where you got like four different styles and like 15, 20 moves that are attached to like each style. And yeah, no, I like it a lot. It's a lot of fun. I'm excited to get into it further.
Do you like that it has no E?
No E?
Look at the name.
No E. Hmm.
It's J
I know
U
it's
D
in it.
J M E N T.
What is it?
It's JUDJMENT.
Judj.
Or G, excuse me, G. We're talking about J. G.
Oh, Judgment. No E. Hold on. Do I know what
Yeah,
this is?
there's no E in the title. They misspelled the word judgment.
Oh, fuck. I didn't even realize
Yeah,
that.
they took G. It's a G and no E. It's just G. Just judgment.
Huh.
Well, hey, you know what? That's cool. I still haven't picked it up yet. I really want to play it, but I'm back at my house, so I haven't
Yeah.
put my PS4. I'm probably gonna end up playing some Spider-Man today. Try to beat Spider-Man. Maybe I'll play Yakuza tonight. I don't know yet. We'll see. I was thinking about buying Judgment with no E because it looked
Yeah.
really cool. I was watching some people play it on YouTube, but I haven't pulled the trigger yet. But I probably
Yeah.
will soon.
Yeah,
What
no,
I
it's a good game. I enjoy it.
what I have checked out this week, I have a couple little things here I'll talk about. Number
Yeah.
one is actually a manga. A
Ooh,
manga.
okay.
It's a manga I've read before.
Okay.
I'm rereading it because I was in the mood for it. Crows. It's a Crows is a delinquent manga, aka like
I know pros.
gangs. Crows is pretty much about a school of delinquents called Suzerain, and they call them the School of Crows. It's pretty much a bunch of fight. It's a fighting manga with no
Okay.
superpowers, but people clearly can fight. It's like a heightened fight, dramatic manga. A bunch of Japanese delinquents at a high school, and it's like a yakuza slash gang
Huh?
slash. It take everything that you would expect out of like a shonen like battle manga, like Bleach or whatever, like Naruto. And you put it into a high school where it's like, yeah, hey, I'm this team, or you're this section, or you're this squad, or you're this or whatever, and then just fight. And it's just people, and it's a really fun, not super serious action manga. It doesn't take itself too seriously. There's a
Okay.
sequel manga called Worst that's pretty good. I think it's better than Crows. But Crows
Okay.
has a movie called Crow Zero, which is really great. There's three of them. That came out in 2007, probably. It's a really good series. I enjoyed it a lot for what it is. It's just a
Yeah.
fun action fighting manga that's like brain dump. Just read it, and you get to see fighting, and it's like cool one-liners and guys with pompadours and biker jackets, and it's fun. So
Take it, dude. I've loved the Pompadour ever since I watched Yu Yu Hakusho. And cool
yeah,
part
I think
Pompadour.
for me it was actually I think it was Shaman King.
Oh fuck, I forgot about Shaman
I think
King.
Shaman King was my first exposure to like super Elvis rockabilly pompadours, and that was super
Yeah.
cool. Because now I want one, but I just can't grow one.
Yeah, I can't deal with my hair being that long, so I could never have it.
The
But I was
second thing,
I've
go
never
ahead.
heard of that, but there was another delinquent one I'd heard of called have you ever heard of what's it, Roku Denshi Blues?
Oh yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
another
Yeah, it's good.
it's like another delinquent one that I had heard like good things about and I wanted to check it out.
Yeah, I enjoy that. I enjoy that manga a lot. I've never finished it though, but I enjoy that from what I have read. I still think Crows is kind of like my go to
Yeah.
delinquent manga type thing. That GTO is really great. It's not really super
Mm-hmm.
delinquenty, but it's based on a prior Yakuza character.
Okay.
I'm reading Crows. I watched the Crow Zero's movies again, or at least watched the first one again. Still really enjoy it.
Hmm.
It's super corny. It's super like over the top, and it's like it's cheese. It's cheese, and it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Um, and Crows is about a new transfer student, and who's a sophomore who comes, and he starts becoming he's like just super strong, and like no one
Okay.
can beat him. It's about him, taking over the school, trying to like unite the school because the school's never been united before under one guy, and it's an all boys school, and that's about what it's about, and it's about his journey to like he's a reluctant boss, and it's about him like, do I really want to do this? Why are you doing this? And it's a fun series. So I'm reading
Okay.
Crows. Then the second thing that I've done so far this past week was watch the Percy Jackson movie.
The first one?
The first one. Now I've seen Percy Jackson and Lightning Thief probably like 3 times before. I've seen the second one twice. I
I don't think I've ever
really,
watched the movies because I've
I,
read the books. I
I
read 3 books and I liked
so
them a lot.
I saw
But
the second one in theaters, I believe. The first one, they're fun, man. I really wish they would
yeah,
have done all of the books because I've never read the books before.
yeah,
But the cast is solid. It's a good cast. They're a little too old now to do them because they're
it's
like
like Pierce
30.
Brosnan, isn't it?
It's Pierce Brosnan is in it, yeah.
Yeah,
He plays like the half
plays like
horse
a
guy.
teacher. Yeah.
Yeah. Logan Lerman's in it, obviously. Alexandra Daddario of True Detective fame. That's what she's gonna be known
Oh
for
yeah, this is
forever.
like her first movie before True Detective.
Yeah, this is before everyone knew who she was because of that one True Detective scene.
Yeah.
Because now she's known for. See, people know her because of that
Mm-hmm.
or Baywatch. I know her because of Barry
Oh
the
yeah,
X.
she was in Baywatch. I
Yeah,
enjoyed Baywatch.
yeah. Which is weird because she's in Baywatch and then she plays like a girl that like is like hot, but then
Yeah.
either a year before or a year after she plays a movie where she's The Rock's daughter and The Rock's in both movies. And it's like weird.
Huh.
Like the movie where it's like the World Cataclysm movie where she plays like The Rock's kid or something. It's weird.
Hmm.
It's weird.
I'll have to
So
look.
yeah, I enjoy the movie. I've never read the books before. I thought about reading the books, but they're kind of a little too young for me to read right now.
Yeah, I definitely read those when I was like, it was like late middle school, early high school was when I was definitely like, I think it was middle school for sure when I was reading those.
I feel like I should read them, but at the same, I remember I read the Viking one that came out a couple years back because there's 15 different
Yeah, I know he
series.
made a new series, yeah, that was based on like Viking mythology instead of Greek mythology.
Yeah, I read the first one
Same
in that.
character, wasn't it? Or was it a different dude?
It's different character.
Okay.
I think this character is related to the girl. Like
Okay.
they're cousins.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're cousins. The girl character and Percy Jackson's cousins with the main character in the Viking one. So I enjoyed that for what it was. The movie's fun. It's Harry Potter pretty much. It's not as good as Harry
Mhm.
Potter. The
Yeah.
next thing I did to it's the 30th anniversary of Tim Burton's Batman. Look,
Oh, yes, it did.
it was a couple days ago. It was the 30th anniversary of the Batman 1989. So
Mhm.
I had to watch it again because I haven't seen it in a long time. And that movie is rad.
It's dude fucking rad, dude. I love it. I haven't watched it in like a year or two, I think. But yeah, it's great. I love watching it every time. I actually
It,
really like Jack Nicholson's Joker a lot.
yeah, I enjoy it. It's definitely not my favorite. I prefer Batman
Yeah.
Returns more.
Yeah.
Except here's the problem, dude, with the Tim Burton
Well,
Batmans.
I don't like the only thing that I don't like about Batman Returns is Christopher Walken because I like Danny
Really?
DeVito. I like Danny DeVito and I like Michelle Pfeiffer
See, dude,
as
here's
great
the
as
thing.
Catwoman.
Here's what I was gonna say. I
Tell
like
me.
Danny DeVito.
Okay.
I like Walken. I cannot
Don't
stand Michelle Pfeiffer,
you
man.
can't let I don't mind Michelle
I can't
Pfeiffer in it.
stand her as Catwoman, dude. I think
I
she looks
don't
so
like
dumb.
I don't like her in the first bit before she becomes Catwoman. I fucking hate her character.
All I
Once
think
she
about
becomes
is her like when she becomes Catwoman, she's like orgasmic on like with all the cats or something.
yeah, that's kind of weird.
That's weird, man.
They it was a weird imagery that they did for her because it's supposed to be that I think that it's supposed to be she like gets taken over by like the spirit of the cat or something like some fucking weird ass shit like that. But they just made it that it was like a bunch of cats licked her
Yeah, it's
and
weird.
be was reborn or some shit. I don't know. It
Yeah,
made little sense.
but so me watching the first one again because I've seen Returns more because I had Returns on VHS as a kid, so I didn't have the first one as a kid on VHS.
Oh, I had
Um,
both of them. I remember that. Yeah. I
so
don't know why.
watching the first one again for in such a long time,
Yeah.
it reminds me how much Tim Burton nailed of like what I think good cool Batman is. Like he nailed
Yeah.
so many cool things, like the gothic vibe
Hmm.
of Batman, the
He definitely has
darkness.
the
Yeah.
best looking Gotham for sure.
Oh, okay. Here's the thing. I have controversial statement, opinion.
Oh, okay.
I think Batman fucking Forever is like so much a cooler Gotham.
Well, I love Batman Forever just on a because that was like really that was the first
That was
Batman that I
my
ever
bat. That's
saw.
my Batman.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's my Val Kilmer is my Batman for sure. But
yeah. No, dude. Batman Forever is such a trash movie, But
It's so bad.
it's my Batman. It's absolutely my
Yeah.
Batman. And the fucking little doll that he gets, the little stupid doll thing he gets in the movie, he gets
Oh
from the
yeah,
therapist.
what's the Riddler things? Yeah.
Yeah, he gets a little doll. Who's the girl in that movie? Nicole Kidman?
No, it's oh God, what's her name? Hold on. We were
Who?
just talking about this last night because we
Tommy Lee
were
Jones, Jim Carrey,
hold on because we
Chris
were talking
O'Donnell.
about she's in another movie with Richard Gere and my anchor was talking about it because he's fucking old even though he pretends like he's not but he likes it was Nicole Kidman.
I was right.
Who I thought it was.
Yeah, Nicole Kidman.
Huh.
I knew it was Nicole Kidman. And then obviously it's Val, and Val's great. Now it's also a weird choice for Batman.
Yeah.
Because even as Bruce Wayne, he's still playing a really weird Batman.
Yeah.
He's a weird
It's
Batman.
he's not Bruce Wayne like Michael Keaton is because Michael Keaton is Bruce Wayne more than he is
Yeah.
Batman. But he's not Batman either. It's weird. I mean, it's not as bad as George Clooney. Let's say
Well,
that. But
Val Kilmer is such a weird choice to play Batman, and that's why I like it. Because I'm watching it, and they play off each other so weird. Like Chris
yeah.
O'Donnell or whatever his name is, and Val Kilmer, they play off each
Oh
other
my
so
God.
weird. But my
The
favorite
weirdest
line,
ever, Chris O'Donnell.
Batman Forever has one of my favorite sequences in a Batman movie, which is
Mm.
when Robin steals the fucking coolest Batmobile. And
Oh
it's
yeah.
fucking cyberpunk Gotham, and he's
Yeah.
driving the car to race or whatever,
Oh
and
yeah.
like
It's super like neon like
yeah.
Gotham. It's rad as shit. Yeah, I
See,
love that.
Batman Forever's Gotham makes me think this is continuity for Batman Beyond. Like Batman Beyond is
Mm.
the direct sequel to Batman Forever's Gotham. Bill,
See, Chris O'Donnell being Batman Beyond, I think would be a way better fit than him fucking playing Robin.
yeah,
I feel like if they had done that, like I'd much rather have seen like they've done like some sort of spin-off where like Val Kilmer is like an old man and he passes it off to Chris O'Donnell and they just do a Batman Forever movie that's live action instead of trying to do him as Robin.
yeah. But so what I love is when he steals the Batmobile, and then he pulls up to do the race or whatever, if I remember correctly,
I don't
and
remember what it was. It's just like a
all
bunch of people gathered in the middle of the road.
I think it was a race, and they're all like, "Oh, it's the Batman." He gets out the car, and he's like, "Oh, it's just the Bat Boy."
Yeah, bad boy.
Yo, that shit fucking made me laugh so much as a kid.
Dude, it was I just the one thing I remember is that they the first fight scene with Chris O'Donnell and they had the weird guy with they had the coolest fucking characters in that because they had the one dude with like the glow stick like kendama sticks or whatever he like beat Chris O'Donnell with and then they had the weird like neon voodoo priest dude with like the
Yeah,
skull paint that was like the raddest fucking shit ever.
that was all. That was Joel Schumacher too, right?
I believe that was Schumacher, yeah.
Well, I know
Because
because
Schumacher did Trevor, and then he did Robin, and then he never got to touch another movie again.
yeah. There's a sequel to Batman Returns, but I don't believe that. It's a sequel.
Yeah, it's
It's a
not because
sequel
it's
in
a
terms
different
of like,
Batman.
yeah, it's the next one, but there's no way it's in the same world.
It can't be. The only thing that connects it is Alfred. That's it.
God, Val,
Because
what
it's
a
the same guy who plays Alfred. That's all the. That's the only reason that any of these movies are considered like sequels is because they all have the same Alfred. That's it. That's all they've got because nothing else is the same.
Can you believe that Batman Forever came out in 1995 and then Batman and Robin came out in 1997?
They did.
So in
Those,
reality, Batman Forever is our Batman
yeah.
because there's
That if that movie came out in 1995, that should not be my Batman then.
no exactly. It's weird too
Because
because
I was literally a 2-year-old when that movie came out.
if you rewatch the Batman Forever opening sequence, it looks like trash. The prison cell or the bank vault he's in looks like
Oh
crap,
yeah,
dude. It's so bad looking. If you watch the
forgot.
YouTube clip, it looks such like fucking like a miniature.
That's like Batman on the helicopter with the shark levels of bad.
It's really bad, man. It's so
Yeah,
bad. So I watched the Batman or
yeah,
Batman, and then a couple other things I want to hit on real quick.
yeah.
I watched I was in the mood
Okay.
to, because Stranger Things comes out next week,
Yeah, I'm gonna try to watch that this week. We'll see.
and yeah, I wanted to watch something like that, but I
Mm.
didn't feel like rewatching Goonies again for the billionth time. I didn't feel like watching it because
Why?
fuck that.
Such a movie. Love these.
I didn't feel like watching Stand by Me
Mm.
because I don't really love that movie. So I wanted to
I think
watch.
it'll like one time.
So I wanted to watch something similar, which is
Okay.
Monster Squad.
Ooh, yeah.
So I've seen that a couple times before. I've never been I'm not a huge Monster Squad guy. That movie's awesome. The movie's
Yeah,
awesome,
it's
man.
pretty rad.
I really like this movie. I don't know why I haven't seen it as much as I should. I think I always end up watching Goonies over like when it comes to that kind of stuff. But Monster
I mean,
Squad is
Goonies
super
is
good.
yeah. I mean, yeah, Goonies is always my go-to when I'm in the mood for like a feel-good, like kids adventure type of movie. But yeah, Monster Squad's good too, man. Fucking
Yeah,
Dracula, Wolfman, all that shit, dude.
I
It's rad.
really enjoy it, man. I was really happy I watched it, but I need to put that in my rotation
Mm.
of more often to watch that kind of stuff. That's a really fun movie.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
But that's all that I've been checking out. I haven't really played anything because I haven't. I've been too busy doing a lot of doubles at work, and so.
Yeah.
I dyed my mustache.
Oh,
That's all I
I
did.
yeah.
Dyed
There
my
you go.
mustache, and then I have a pimple on my cheek or my chin. And then yeah, that's all. I want to play. I want to play some more Spider-Man
Yeah.
tonight, today, this weekend. Oh, I'm buying a grill today.
Oh, what are you
So
gonna make?
I've been getting really into barbecue.
Hell yeah.
So I'm probably gonna become a barbecue guy.
You gonna make chicken
You know,
or
make some.
burgers first?
First things first. Probably I want to make some wings.
Ooh, okay.
Maybe some Nashville hot
Get some
chicken,
get some
not
tin
fried.
foil in. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm trying to get into barbecue. I'm trying to look for a new hobby.
Okay.
And barbecue sounds like a good dad thing to get because heads up, we're pregnant.
It's a good time consuming thing too. A lot of time just spent looking at a grill.
I just slipped something in there that's completely not real. Just saying.
Oh,
I said, oh, because we're pregnant, and we're not.
uh,
Not at all. Not at all. Not even close. Just wanted to make a joke. Ha
yeah.
ha ha.
Uh,
So
good job.
that's what we've been doing, guys, this
That's
week.
that joke.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and move
Yeah.
into the next segment of the show, which is the news segment
Ooh.
of the podcast. Talk about some
Yes.
news of the week, things we've been checking out in terms of the hot news of this
Yes.
week and probably parts of last week as well. We got a couple things here that are probably really interesting I want to talk about. Zach has
Okay.
some things as well. Zach,
Yes.
go ahead and kick it off, man. What do you want to hit on first, news wise?
Well, I saw something on your list and it made me think of something that just came out yesterday, which was that you have that Danny Boyle says that Robert Pattinson should be the next James Bond.
Right?
Um, I don't agree with that.
Yeah, who the fuck agrees with that? Who the fuck agrees
No.
with that?
Definitely Idris Elba should be the next James Bond, like 100% for sure. That's my personal opinion.
How is
Uh,
Danny Boyle, who's a fucking awesome director,
yeah.
how is he so wrong in this take?
I don't know. Because I don't know why you would even think that, like, because Robert Pattinson's not even English, is he?
Yeah, he is.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, he
I
just
just prefer
sucks.
with an English accent.
He just
He sucks,
sucks.
yeah.
He just sucks.
I mean, yeah, he sucks. I mean, he's Batman now, so I don't know why he has to be Batman and James Bond. He gets one or the other. He doesn't deserve either one of them, but he's already Batman, so
I feel like I don't get it because he
I don't
sucks.
understand people's like current fascination with him is. Like I know that like since Twilight, I know he did a movie a couple years ago that I think it was like Good Times or something like that that
Yeah,
like
yeah. People were hyped about
Hollywood
it.
just like fucking loved. And so he's done that, and then he was actually he's in a movie that I want to see called like High Life that came
Yeah.
out this year, which is like a space sci-fi thing where it's like him and some weird like daughter and like some like space colonist shit that like look super rad, but like I don't see that and it was like, oh yeah, he should totally play like Batman. Like fuck yeah. Like no, it's just like I don't
What
know.
about anything he's done that makes Danny Boyle go, you know what? I seen this guy. I see
The thing is, I
007.
don't even think he's done like action movies. So it's like, where the fuck? Because James Bonds are action movies. So like, where? How the fuck? You can't do that.
If anyone has more action experience than Robert Pattinson, it's fucking Taylor Lautner. Taylor Lautner did that one dumb fucking
He did
movie.
that one movie where he got chased for the whole
Yeah, it's
movie.
like deletion or something or
Yeah, something
obsolescence,
like that. All I remember is
annihilation.
the same cover of all of those movies that were like it, where it's just
Yeah.
him by himself with a blurred out background running, and then you saw like silhouettes of other characters. That's what you
Yeah, and
got.
he's probably wearing a solid color black or gray t-shirt, jeans,
Hood,
boots, hoodie, or a like army surplus jacket with maybe a
yes.
backpack.
Mm-hmm.
Classic look.
Jeans and some black boots.
So, but what about this made you? Well, you said something. Was that the whole point, or do you want something else you wanted to talk
Oh,
about this?
because yesterday there was a behind the scenes footage that was released for James Bond, the next James Bond that Kerry Fukunaga is doing, and it's footage of them in Jamaica, and it looks super fucking rad.
You mean the whitest Asian guy?
Yes, the whitest Asian guy you know.
Yeah, he looks so white.
I didn't think he was Asian, except that his name is Kerry Fukunaga. That's the
Yeah,
only thing that makes me think he's Asian, because if you see pictures of him, he's just the whitest kid you
he's
know.
just a white guy. He's just a white dude.
Yeah,
And I don't know. Nothing wrong with that. He's just a
yeah.
white guy. I haven't seen those pictures actually. I don't know. When it comes to the next James Bond, I feel like it's such a top talked about thing that I feel like doesn't matter
Yeah.
because I feel like no one's gonna beat Daniel Craig.
No, not
Because
really. I mean, he had two of the best in the whole series, which he had Casino Royale and he had Skyfall, which are like two of the best.
because let's be honest, Idris Elba is just too old.
But
They're the same age.
I want to see an old grizzled James Bond.
Like I'm fine with a black dude. I'm fine with an Asian guy. I don't care about that. Do I care
Who
about it
wants
being a lady?
the mantle next though? Who's the next in line?
Elizabeth Banks,
Fuck
Kristen
you.
Stewart.
I know it's a joke, but fuck you.
I think that man, because my gut it's always like Keanu Reeves, but like
He's too old too,
yeah,
man.
I know he's older.
Yeah,
He's
he's
even
old.
older. Okay, so my gut reaction for the next Bond, does he have to be British?
See, I am under the impression that I don't think they have to be British.
Because I think it has to be a he.
Americans can pretend to be
But
Brits.
does it have to be he though?
I don't know. I mean, they kind of tried to do it with what it was Atomic Blonde, and that movie was not good. So
I think wasn't there a article or like a statement from Ava Green who was like, yeah, it has to be a guy.
I don't know. I
I
think it
think
was
I
there.
think
I
she came
feel
out and said that.
somebody in Danny or not Danny Boy. It was in Ian. What is this? Is Ian? What's the one? Ian Fleming's. It was like one of his descendants or somebody that owns his estate or whatever said that it had to be like a British guy.
Oh, so here's
I
what.
feel
Yeah,
like.
yeah. Ava Green, who was a Bond girl, thinks that James Bond should always be played by a man.
It doesn't make sense for
Hold on,
Harry to be a
here,
man.
here's the quote. Here's the quote. I'm
Mm.
for women, but I really think James Bond should remain a man. It doesn't make sense for him to be a woman.
Yeah. It doesn't. Well, it doesn't make sense. If you're gonna try to do that, then you have to make like a completely different character, which they did with Atomic Blonde. But like, they basically just made her James Bond, but a woman, and that doesn't make any sense because she's like sleeping with girls. And I was like, I don't know. If you want to make a woman James Bond, have her sleep with men. Like having her sleep with girls doesn't make any
Or
sense.
just make a new franchise. I don't need like
Yeah.
keep the character. The character needs to be the character. That's the character's
Yeah.
history. But I think a good James Bond who's youngish could be the guy from Game of Thrones and from the Bodyguard show. I forget his name. He played
Mm.
Rob Stark. I think he'd be a good James Bond.
I would say the thing that would make me, I would say Taron Egerton, but he already did his James Bond with Kingsman, but he was great.
Yeah, but I feel like look, I watched Robin Hood a couple weeks back.
Did you?
Yeah, it's not his fault.
I mean, that's not because he was in Elton John. He was great. I loved him in Elton John.
I mean, he's a good age.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be like
I'm trying to think of like young actors that are like in. The problem is that like if you look at the action franchises that are out there right now, it's a bunch of fucking old ass men, dude.
Yeah.
It's the
Liam
year of the
Neeson.
old men. They haven't been casting like new people in action movies. You've got Liam Neeson, who's in like one action movie a year. Keanu Reeves, love him to death, but he's old. Tom Cruise is still doing Mission Impossible, and he's fucking old.
Yeah.
Uh, and I can't think of any other action franchises
What
really.
What do you want to end first, James Bond or Mission Impossible?
James Bond, because Mission Impossible is just so fucking good. Also, I
Yeah.
love the character of Ethan Hunt more than I like the character of James Bond.
Really? Why?
I don't know. I like the maybe I just like Tom Cruise more than I like anybody who's played James Bond, but I just like the Mission Impossible series. I don't know. It's at a closer place into my heart than James Bond has. I like the missions. I like the set pieces of the break-ins. I think I like the Mission Impossible series more because they end up being more about like the caper and like the these set pieces usually them trying to steal something, and I enjoy that
Yeah.
aspect than what James Bond set pieces normally are, which is just like shooting and explosions and that kind of shit, which is cool. I like that kind of stuff in action movies, but overall, I like capers and I like Ocean's 11 type shit. I enjoy that more than just like a straight up action movie. So I think that's probably why I like Mission Impossible more.
I think both your answers are wrong in that Jason Bourne needs to be rebooted.
For the third time,
I mean,
did
not
you watch the last James Bond or James Bond, Jason Bourne?
no.
It was not good,
Well, that's not a reboot. That's just the finale. I want a
but
full-on
the finale
new.
should have been Ultimatum.
I agree, but I want a whole new guy. I'm talking like bringing a new bad boy.
Jeremy Renner should be James Bond. He
No, no,
couldn't
no,
be
no, no.
James Bond.
I would say this if it wasn't such a okay. New Jason Bourne. And here's the problem because he's already been cast in an action spy series. So that's my problem. I have fucking Michael B. Jordan needs to
Ooh,
be Jason Bourne, but he's already been cast as a character in a Tom Clancy series.
yeah,
So it's kind of like okay, but that's who I would want is that guy.
yeah, I could
That
see
guy.
that.
He'd be so cool as
He
Jason
doesn't
Bourne.
be a good James Bond. He's not British, but I bet Chris Evans could probably be a good James Bond.
Oh man, maybe. I don't know.
I could kind of see him as James Bond.
He has too much
He
humor
has
going on.
Craig's vibe.
There's too much comedy going on there.
Yeah, I don't know.
What do you want to hit next, news wise?
Hmm. News wise, so we've got that. So there's a Flash Gordon animated film coming out.
Who cares? Do you care?
I kind of like Flash Gordon. Flash. Ah.
I feel like Flash Gordon's such a thing that like is not our generation at all. Not the movie, but
Absolutely not our
but
generation
the
for sure.
like the audio radio drama from whenever. Like I tried
Yeah.
listening to the radio dramas or whatever the fuck they're called, and I just
Did you
could
start
not.
watching the original like '80s series?
I've only seen the movie.
Mm.
I've only seen the movie, and I thought
That's
that
Dolph Lundgren, isn't it? The movie?
yeah,
Yeah.
it's Dolph, and I was like thinking like I'd rather watch Masters,
Yeah. Master of the Universe, dude.
also starring.
Dolph Lundgren.
That's him, right?
I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah.
I don't think he's in Flash then.
I'm pretty sure he played He-Man and Flash Gordon.
I don't think he played Flash. No, Sam Jones played Flash Gordon.
Oh.
Yeah, Dolph was He-Man.
Okay.
I mean, I like Flash. It's fun. I mean, the movie's
Yeah.
fun, but I'd rather go watch. I don't fucking know, man. He-Man, I
Something
guess.
else?
Yeah, something else. But I mean, it's cool if it's. I mean, I would want. I haven't watched the She-Ra Netflix thing because obviously it's not. I'm not the demo, but like it's
Yeah.
cool that they're redoing Masters of the Universe stuff because that's before us. That's a time. That's a generation before us.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know much about She-Ra. I just know that she's a male version of He-Man, basically. That's all I know. But I mean, yeah, it's cool that they're doing Masters of the Universe stuff. I mean, I like the Skeletor and like all of that kind of stuff. So I mean, it's rad that they're doing that, and I like that we're getting a new He-Man movie, even though it's not.
Oh my god, the
I don't
guy who
know.
plays him. Oh my gosh,
Who is the guy again? I remember
fucking
the.
the guy from goddamn Netflix movies. The
Oh yeah, the one from the Yeah, the like heartthrob or whatever.
Yeah, like the fucking like always be not always be my maybe fucking like
Yeah,
the Noah something Kentaro.
yeah, yeah, something like that. Yeah,
So hold on, is Taika Waititi is he's making writing this or what is he
he's the
doing?
making it. I don't know when he's gonna have time to do this because he's doing this.
Writing
He's still
direct.
making Akira, which is apparently supposed to come out like next fucking year. So I don't know how the fuck he's gonna have time to do like all the stuff that he has time to do because he's still finishing up another movie that he's doing with. He's doing that other movie that he has coming out like this year or something like that, where it's the one where it's his take on like the Nazis or like people like beating up Nazis or something like that.
Right.
And he's still doing the movie about Michael Jackson's monkey. So he's got like I don't know, he's got too much shit on his plate, dude.
I feel like I feel like it'd be a cool if he's doing it. I'm interested in seeing the Flash show because I think he makes good. I think he's a pretty nerdy guy.
Yeah,
But I don't know. I don't think Akira should ever be made into live
yeah,
action, especially by people who aren't Asian, like Japanese. Because I feel like if it's not a Japanese thing, it's gonna be
yeah.
so clearly not right.
Like Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah, like Ghost in the Shell, and like I just don't see how they're gonna make it for Western audiences without ruining key things to the story.
Yeah,
Because they won't commit to the Japaneseness of it being Japan, like Neo Tokyo,
yeah,
right? Or it's gonna be like Neo San Francisco, like fucking what's Big
yeah.
Hero 6 or something like that.
Yeah,
Um,
it's definitely gonna be like Neo Los Angeles or something like that instead of Neo Tokyo.
yeah, and Akira's gonna be like some like white baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's how I feel about too with what's his name? Oh, Annabelle guy. Fucking
Mhm.
Aquaman man.
Oh, James Wan, yeah.
He's doing Robotech, right?
Is he still doing that?
I think so.
Because he's got that, he's got his Aquaman 2 that he's doing, and then he's doing a spin-off of Aquaman that's like the one about the underwater sea creatures or whatever. The
Yeah,
weird monster
right.
creatures.
The depth, the deep, or whatever.
Yeah, the depth or the yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Oh well, that's cool. Flash, I guess. I mean, it's
Yeah.
kind of the audience is kind of like it's kind of they're 40
Yeah.
or 50
Well, I mean,
depending on.
I don't know. Maybe they're thinking of getting that Ted audience because Ted had that Flash Gordon. They had a Flash Gordon cameo from Sam Jones. So maybe they're trying to get that Ted 2 audience, that
I
comedy money.
I think if you liked Ted, you should jump off a fucking bridge. That's what I think. I think the TED audiences are the people that ruin comedy films the past 20 years. Jesus Christ. Well,
Yeah.
DC has officially retired Vertigo, which is a
Rest
bummer
in peace, my sweet baby boy.
because all the imprints are now going to be under the same banner, which I get on a financial level. I
They're doing
get.
a new banner, aren't they? It's like DC Black or whatever.
Didn't they mention that a long time ago at a Comic Con or something?
I don't know. I can't remember. I know that they are. I remember when right before I stopped reading comics that I think there was like a Batman, there was announced that there was gonna be like a Batman Black or something like that,
Yeah.
which was like him like demons or some fucking shit, like Hellblazer but not Hellblazer.
Do you remember that Batman comic where they drew his dick?
Wasn't that like a standalone comic?
I don't remember.
Wasn't that
But they drew his dong, and then people freaked out, so they reprinted it where they put shadows over his dong. But I remember
I'm pretty sure that was Batman Black because it was
it
like
might
he
be,
came back from a mission and he like got a full body scan and you could see his dick because he got a full body scan.
but I remember seeing that panel, and I was like, man, he got a meaty dick.
He got a big old dick.
They're giving Bruce a lot of things here. He's rich, he's ripped, he's good, he's a master detective, master kung fu artist. You can't just give him a tiny dick. Like you can't like
You got him again, big old honking hog,
you got
dude.
to off. You can't just like the
He's
guy's
got to satisfy all these women. He's got to satisfy Black
like
Cat.
he's
He's
even
got to
better
satisfy.
than like what is Clark? Yeah, has all the powers in the world, but he's a normal man. But
Superman's got a big yes, dude.
We're gonna give Bruce every single thing, man. Like shit.
Yeah, got to,
So
dude.
I want to talk about this Ava thing. Let's talk about this Ava thing.
Yes. So the Evangelion thing. So it got really re-released on Netflix, and so um, Netflix when they were doing their updates for it, made a couple of changes and a couple of things that were left out that fans were not happy about. So one of the biggest things is that the original end of Evangelion, the ED or ending song for the series was a cover of "Fly Me to the Moon" by Frank Sinatra, done by all of the women characters in the series. So you had Rei, Misato, and Asuka all singing "Fly Me to the Moon" at the end.
So
And that scene,
should it be Fry Me to the Moon?
"Fly Me to the Moon." But my God,
I'm Asian. It's
but,
okay.
no, but so that's missing, and so a lot of fans were upset about that because for some reason back in the day, I guess people listened to the ending song of the series. I never did that. I always skip ending songs. I don't particularly find them good most of the time, and there's really not much to it. Most of the time, it's just credits. Um, so I don't really have that affinity for like most people have, but apparently a lot of people are really fucking upset about it. And every single Ava video that I watch on YouTube, there's some fucking comment in the some fucking thing in the comments about where's "Fly Me to the Moon" or some shit like that. So people were upset about that. One of the most controversial changes that I saw though was that apparently um, when Netflix was updating the series, they also updated the subtitles for when you watch it, just for their English subtitles in general. And I think they also did it for the voice acting as well. And apparently, there's a point in the ending last couple episodes of the series where a character is introduced called Kaoru or something like that. And basically, in the original series, he's gay for Shinji, and he says that he's in love with Shinji, and like Shinji's worthy of his love and all this other shit. Like just very, openly gay remarks. And apparently in the updated subtitles, they basically took out the very prominent gay language and made it much more open to interpretation. Instead of saying that he loves Shinji, he says that he likes Shinji. And instead of saying that Shinji's worthy of his love, he says he's worthy of his grace. And so there's just a bunch of things like that. Those were the biggest things. Was like I saw those changes, and everybody in my anime group on Facebook was like freaking the fuck out, and they're like, "How can they make these changes?" And I was like, I don't know. I mean, they fucking got the licenses.
Because maybe it's not changed. Maybe just the original
Well, apparently
scan.
there
Maybe the
was,
original translations weren't. I mean, it's all like
yeah,
there's no one for one official like
yeah.
translation because the words don't mean the same thing.
So that leads me to the second point, which is apparently the translator that Netflix hired apparently spoke up about it, and basically his remarks were basically that he was trying to keep it truer to. Hold on, maybe I can find the actual remarks.
Because I saw a big thing talking about like there's a line that Shinji says where he's like, "I'm nothing" or something, or I hate myself or something, and they changed it, and people were like up in
Yeah.
arms about this one line, and I'm like, I mean, dude, it's a translation. I mean, hell, it's not everything's going to be one to one because the words mean different things in different languages, and translators will translate something differently to an extent. Just because you want what the fan translation says, because it says that doesn't mean that's the right translation.
Yeah. So I was able to find it. So this is what the original translator said. And he said, "While I'm not in a position to refer specifically to the decision involved in the scene you describe, in all of my translation of any title, I've tried my best to be faithful to the original source material, bar none. Power of storytelling sometimes depends on the ability of audiences to establish emotional relationships with characters, as well as recognize intimacy between people based on inferences. It is one thing for characters to confess their love, it is quite another for the audience to infer affection and leave them guessing. How committed are the characters? What possible misunderstandings might be to take talking are okay. He clearly this is translated. Might be talking place. I think he means taking place. Leaving room for interpretation makes things exciting. So yeah, basically he's from what he said, he's trying to go more into what he infers is the original source material for what these characters were saying.
Yeah, and I mean, look, I get it. If you grew up watching something and you had a version of it, but there are certain things that you get attached to me that are kind of like goofy. If you get so
Yeah.
attached to like an ending song, like look, I get it, man. There are some things like I can't. I'm trying to think like what would matter like if they changed like the Power Rangers theme. So I don't know. There's nothing like that makes me so up in arms, except for
Mm,
like if the character was clearly done wrong. Like
yeah,
if the design's right and then the words essentially mean the same thing, like the translation, I mean, then who fucking cares? Because half the
yeah,
time people watch Evangelion on a fan sub anyways. They don't even watch it on like an
yeah,
official DVD or something that they can't get a
mm,
copy of anymore. So who fucking cares?
yeah,
I mean, I get it at the core as a fan, but at the same time, like, I don't know. The cover of
yeah.
the song, I mean, it's probably expensive rights, man. Like, why would Netflix want to do that?
Yeah, that was the biggest thing that I saw was that apparently it was a rights thing because I guess in Japan, because it's also out, because apparently it's never been licensed anywhere for the past like
Yeah.
10 years. So they licensed it for Japan too. In Japan, they still have the Fly Me to the Moon thing. So it must have just been a licensing
Well,
issue.
it's just like this, right? I love The Wonder Years. It's a fantastic series.
Yeah,
That show had so much licensed music in it. When they released it, they could not use it because it would have cost billions of dollars to put shit in
yeah,
it. So why? I mean, like I get it. Now that show, music was such a big part of it, so not having it really ruined that show.
yeah,
But not having a cover of an ending song doesn't ruin the show.
yeah.
You know.
And the thing is that most people are watching it on Netflix. It's gonna make you skip past the fucking song anyways.
I think,
So
yeah, yeah, exactly. So that I mean, I get it. It's a bummer, but at the same time, I'm like, there are worse things that could have happened.
yeah, no,
They
I
could be
agree.
like it could be like the Buffy upres HD where they look like shit. Like they remastered Buffy and like the faces look like the color correction looks like trash. Like that's
Like all the
that
faces are like the vampire
like
faces.
just in general the color correcting looks so terrible on so many of the faces. It looks bad, man.
Ugh.
Um, I'm trying to let's see if I can find like screen caps of it. It looks rough, dude. It
Damn.
looks rough.
That's always sucks when it's like, yeah, they try to like remaster or something and do something like that and they like just fuck it up.
Yeah. Gosh. Well, bummer for the Ava fans. We can go ahead and
Yeah.
move on to. Did you watch this Amazon Carnival Row teaser thing?
I have not watched this yet.
It's like 30 seconds of nothing. It's just Orlando Bloom and Cara Della,
Valerian.
the chick from Valerian, and apparently it's like a. I'll read the basic little synopsis here. Um, okay, hold on. Where is it at? Here we go. There's no story really in the teaser, it's just a quick little teaser bit.
Okay.
But the fantasy world where like mythological immigrant creatures whose exotic homelands were invaded by the empires of man. Here's a synopsis right here. This is from Slash Film. This
Hmm.
growing population struggles to coexist with humans, forbidden to live, love, or fly with freedom. But even in darkness, hope lives as a human detective, Rycroft Phyllis Straight, Orlando Bloom, in a
It's like
refugee fairy named Vinette Stonemoss Delavinen
mm,
rekindle a dangerous affair despite an increasingly intolerant society. Vignette harbors a secret that endangers Philo's world. Blah, 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 blah. It looks cool. It looks like a fantasy
okay.
Victorian detective story with magic. It reminds me like kind of like a Fables thing slash something else. I mean, it's
The top
interesting.
says Bright versus Bright meets Penny Dreadful, which I still need to watch Penny Dreadful. I really want to watch that.
Dude, my dad surprisingly fucking was so down with that show.
He liked it a
Yeah,
lot.
speaking of Ava Green,
Yeah.
he was wondering why when they canceled it because I think they did like 3 seasons and he's like the show is
So
doing well. He's like the show is
yeah.
doing well. I was like really? I mean shit.
Yeah, no, I look good, and they're all on Netflix, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
So
they are. Yeah, they
yeah,
are.
so I really want
Well,
to watch it because it looks right up my alley. It's
it's
like
like Castlevania.
yeah, it's like Victorian fantasy shit. So
Yeah, it's Castlevania. You have fucking vampire, werewolf man, got gunslinger, you got Frankenstein.
yeah, it's like that monster, that cinematic universe of like movie monsters, all from like so yeah, it's like Frankenstein, Wolfman, like all that kind of shit. So yeah, really want to watch it. But yeah, I'll probably check this out then. I hadn't seen this trailer, but
I think
yeah,
it comes out
definitely kind
in
of
I think it comes out in August, I
fantasy
think.
stuff like this. So
I think it comes out August. What do you want to hit? Hold on, real quick. Actually, speaking of
mm,
Netflix.
yeah.
Speaking of Netflix, real quick, or not Netflix, Amazon.
Hmm.
I watched the first episode of Too Old to Die Young.
Oh yeah, I haven't watched that yet. Did you like it?
Dude, it's so boring.
Damn, don't tell me that.
Episode 1 was an hour and a half long. Episode 2, hour and a half long.
Yeah, the first two episodes I saw that, I was talking to my buddy about it because I was like, because you told me that it came out, and I was like, oh, I wonder, just how many episodes it is, and all that. And I was like, 10 episodes. I was like, okay. And I was like, okay, well, let's look at the run times. And I was like, fuck, dude, like the first two episodes are like the size of like feature-length movies.
Dude, there's a big gripe I have with the show.
Mm.
There's some shots that just last forever, and it's a
Mm.
stylistic choice that he's making, but
Right.
they're bad choices. Like
Yeah,
he'll have a panning shot for like 45 seconds,
that's way too fucking long.
and he'll have a panning shot action happening in the background for a minute. It's terrible.
Yeah.
Um, Miles Teller's character, this is episode 1. Miles
Mm.
Teller's character has a girlfriend who's 17, and then
Mm.
she goes and meets he's like 30, like a 30-year-old sheriff's deputy, and he
Yeah.
goes to like meet her dad, and the dad's weird and it's like creepy, and like look, I get Refn's work.
Yeah.
I've seen everything Refn's done. I
Yeah.
understand his MO. He needs to stop hanging out with Kojima, because Kojima's in this show apparently.
He is?
He plays like an
Okay.
assassin or something. Whatever Refn's doing, he needs to go back to fucking Drive,
Yeah.
because that's his best shit. And that's his magnum opus, and people give him chance and benefit of the doubt because of that one movie,
Yeah.
not because of Pusher, not because of Valhalla, whatever the fuck it's called, not because of fucking Neon Demon, not because of fucking Only God Forgives. He only got this fucking show because it was co-written by Edward Brubaker, who's a fucking amazing comic book and crime writer for Image
Yeah.
Comics, and because of Drive. That's the only reason he got this fucking series. If it was like, hey, I want to make a fucking show about ninjas, they're gonna go eat dicks,
Yeah.
because it's about a crime show about cops and like gangsters and yakuza and assassins. They go, oh shit, well he made Pusher, but also he made Drive.
Yeah.
But guess what? Miles Teller's character is who? Pretty much just a fucking version of fucking the driver.
Oh, he is? No.
So I'm not gonna finish this show probably.
You're not?
I don't know, man. It's rough, dude. It's really hard to watch.
Yeah, well, I was watching, because I was scrolling through Jay Bowman's Twitter from Red Letter, and he apparently watched the first two episodes, and he really liked the first episode, and then he said, I started watching the second episode, and it took a downhill spiral.
Well, you can't trust his opinion because he likes weird shit.
Yeah, he likes super weird out.
He likes
art
super
house
weird. Yeah, he just
weird
likes
shit. Yeah.
art house flicks. Yeah, so I wanted to mention that. Real quick, next piece of news. I wanted to mention this really quick.
Yeah.
Stranger Things is doing.
I'm down for this, dude. I'm down for this 100%.
Yeah, they did a promotion of Burger King. It happened last week or so, with 11 Burger Kings. Wink, wink, wink. 11, where they were doing a Stranger Things Whopper combo thing, where they were giving or selling special edition like boxes for Whoppers, and they were serving them like upside down, in a box or whatever. Which is, and I really like this because it reminds me. And you can pull up a picture on YouTube or whatever on Google. There's a trailer for it actually too on YouTube from Burger King's
Oh, wow,
YouTube,
really? Wow.
YouTube page, where it's just the upside down Whopper in a cool little box or whatever. It's a collectible thing, and it reminds me so much of growing up in the mid to late '90s, where they had so many cool fast food tie-ins. Oh, I hear that, dude.
Yeah, I fucking hate it. They're like pressure washing the goddamn window right next to me.
I hear that shit. But it reminds me so much of like the old fast food tie-ins you would get when you were a kid. Like even obviously in the mid to late '90s, the early '90s, you would get these cool fast food tie-ins, and it made me think of like the best ones, And there, I was watching these trailers of different fast food tie-ins. That some article on geeksmedia.com.
I remember fondly were, I think they were both, I think one was McDonald's and one was Burger King, because McDonald's had Pokemon.
Yep.
And I remember getting
Yep.
that, I remember getting that gold Mew card from Pokemon.
Yep.
Finally being able to get that shit. and I was fucking ecstatic about that. And then I remember that like the Yu-Gi-Oh movie came out, and they were giving away like Yu-Gi-Oh cards with kids meals at Burger King, and I remember getting one of the sick ass Yu-Gi-Oh cards that was like it was like I don't remember what kind of monster it was, but it was like a cool looking one. It was like a space monster, and I was like, fuck yeah, dude, like 100%.
I
So yeah,
remember my big ones were Jurassic Park watches from Burger King. My mom's friend worked at Burger King on a military base, so she was able to get
okay,
me every single one just for free. That was sick. Also, the
yeah,
Phantom Menace had Taco Bell toys. That was
ooh
awesome.
yeah,
That was awesome. I remember they had like a little Darth Maul. There were so many cool ones, dude. Like from a kid, and I wish they don't really do that anymore.
no, I thought about that. They don't do it anymore, and the only time I'd recently seen that was that I was watching a commercial, and they had McDonald's is having Toy Story 4 toys. That's the
Right.
first time I've ever seen that in like I feel like forever. Like I can't remember the last time I saw that like a movie had like a toy tie-in at like a fast food restaurant.
When's the last time you saw fucking Taco Bell do a tie-in?
I don't think Taco Bell's done a tie-in forever. Theirs were not super popular though. I
You
feel like
know,
they had the one with Star Wars, and then I feel like after that, I don't feel like any of theirs were like super popular.
and I can't tell if it's that Taco Bell or Walmart that these fast food restaurants still do tie-ins. I just don't watch
Mhm.
TV anymore. But I feel like the idea of a commercial is no longer like you were a kid. You turn on TV, you would see a commercial for like a super soaker or something,
Hmm.
and like that was I want to get that super soaker. Or you see the commercial for like the tie-in at a restaurant, you go I want to go to that restaurant and get that tie-in. I feel like you don't really see that anymore.
Dude, I saw the one tie-in and I remember having those Batman Forever mugs. Oh my god, I had those.
Yeah,
Those were the sickest. Those crystal glass mugs. Oh god, those were so sick.
yeah. I really like that Stranger Things is. Oh my gosh, hold on. Oh,
Oh god, what happened?
excuse me.
Oh, bless you.
Thank you. I really like that Stranger Things was doing that. That's I think a really cool throwback to a time that you don't really see that anymore.
I
Um, and
dig
I
it a lot.
and I wish that they'd do that more often. Even though I don't really go to those restaurants that much, but still, it's cool. So I
Yeah, I
wanted
don't
to,
go to Burger King too often, but it's really cool that they're doing it.
and it doesn't cost them any more money. All you're doing is buying the little boxes. Everything else is just the same
I was about to
fucking,
say, yeah, it's the same meal you normally get. It's just it's got a cool little
and it's upside
gift
down.
attachment to it. So
That's
yeah,
all you're
no,
doing.
I
So
dig that a lot.
what else did you want to hit
Let's
next?
see what else we've got some couple other things. So I saw that you had this on there, and I saw a little bit from it. Um, I don't know how I feel about it because I'm not usually good at these type of games. But John Wick Hex, this turn-based John Wick game, I'm interested in it because it's John Wick. But I usually don't do good at these RTS type of things because I've been playing because like I think last year or so I bought XCOM 2 and I started playing that a little bit. And I like the worlds of these games a lot. I'm just usually not great at the turn-based uh, turn by turn like strategy type of things where it's like you move each character like a certain amount of spaces and get an action and that kind of thing. The only ones I remember playing a lot was I remember for my Game Boy Advance I had Advanced Wars,
Yeah.
which was like this fucking game as a kid. I fucking love that shit. So that's like the only game I remember like playing and like being like decently good at it. Um, but yeah, no, I saw this and it looks really cool.
See, tactic games, strategy RPGs are probably my favorite type of game, except for action adventure games. Final
Hmm.
Fantasy Tactics Advanced, Mega
Yeah.
Man, Battle Network is kind of like that to a lesser extent. Do you add in like
Okay.
Advanced Wars? You add in the Banner Saga stuff, Fire Emblem. I'm all about all those kinds of games. The problem is that you picked up fucking uh, what's it called? The game
XCOM.
you picked up XCOM, which is an notoriously hard one.
Yeah.
That's the problem. That's because you picked up a game that's like people fucking flip the fuck out because no one could beat it. That's the
Yeah.
reason why you don't. Yeah. I'm excited for this John Wick game. I don't know when it's coming out. I know it's supposed to be on PC and PS4 and Xbox, so hopefully it comes out
Yeah.
soon enough. Because I mean, it looks cool. It looks fun. It's supposed to be faithful to the story or
Yeah.
what story there is of John Wick. But that's cool. I look interested. I'm interested in it. It looks fun.
Yeah, no, I'm down for it. It looks really, really cool. I'm excited for it. And yeah, I mean, while I remember that IGN did a quick interview with the guy, and he was talking about why they decided to make the game the way that they did. And yeah, I mean, I think it's the best way to try to do like a John Wick type of game where it's like you're able to plan out each headshot and each action. And so, yeah, no, I'm super excited for it.
I think we need to talk about the most recent trailer that just dropped this morning.
Okay. Yes, I think this is going to be. I feel like we need to have a conversation about one of the actresses in this trailer.
Okay. Well, lead it off, Zach. What do you want? What you want to say?
What are your thoughts on Kristen Stewart? Because I watched this movie, and I feel like I've seen some stuff her in that like I think I kind of liked. I feel like I liked her in like one movie, but I can't even remember what that movie was. But I feel like for the most part, I don't like her, and I don't like that she keeps getting in these like popular like movies that I'm like I don't think she has any place in. Also, I don't like her character design for this new Charlie Angels movies. This weird like butch motorbike girl thing that they have her going for. I don't know. It looks weird.
Well, what about her you don't like? Just like acting.
I just don't. I don't think I've ever really liked her acting that much. I don't know why. I just always. I don't think I can ever get past her character in Twilight because I don't think her acting has evolved past Twilight.
I get that. No, I am. Look, I'm not an actor, but Kristen
Fair enough.
Stewart is sucky. Like she's never been in a good movie once. Um, I'm talking
I feel like
about
I like a movie of hers, but I can't remember what it is.
the only movie of hers I enjoyed was when I was a fucking dumb fucking kid, and she was it's a heist movie where she
Hmm.
had a go kart scene in it with two other boys. I liked that movie because I was a fucking child. I don't know what the fuck the movie's called. Kristen Stewart go
She
kart.
wasn't Catch That Kid.
Catch that kid. That movie, 2004,
I
fucking
forgot she was in that movie.
sucks. But as a kid, I really liked it because it
Kid, that game,
has
as a kid, that movie was awesome.
fucking Corbin Blues in it, man.
Fuck yeah, dude. Mm.
And some other
Mm.
guy. Look, so I think Kristen Stewart. Let's go Kristen Stewart's filmography. I don't want to bash on Kristen Stewart because people do it enough as it is. But
Yeah.
we know. Let's go ahead and do a little bit of
Look, let's just
filmography.
say Twilight movies are bad.
Let's go
They're all
from
bad.
let's start from the get go.
Okay.
She was in Panic Room.
She was.
Panic Room's probably her best movie.
Probably. It's
She
also
also
her.
it's also not because of her.
Yeah.
It's because of everyone else. Primarily Jodie Foster, Forrest Whitaker, Jared Leto, and fucking David Fincher.
Yeah, boy.
It's not because of her, but that's probably her best movie. Let's keep moving
Yeah.
on. She was in a movie called Speak right after she was in Catch That Kid. Never saw it. Probably sucks. She was in Zathura.
It's a bad movie.
Never saw Zathura. All I know is that there's a girl that dies in it, right? Or is that the other one?
You know what? I don't even remember.
Okay.
I don't think so.
She was in a movie called The Messengers. Never saw it.
Into the
Who
Wild sucks as a story.
who she played Into the Wild? Oh, that's the fucking
She
oh
was,
that movie fucking sucks. And by
she was
proxy,
playing his girlfriend or something.
that movie fucking sucks. And by proxy, that guy is dumb. Who the guy who
Yeah.
actually died, dead. That guy's dumb too.
Yeah, that guy's dumb as shit.
Stupid. But Emil Hirsch is pretty cool.
Mm.
I think that's his name. Jumper?
She's
Come
in
on. You know Jumper sucked.
Jumper's bad.
Twilight sucked. Adventureland sucked.
I never watched Adventureland.
It went to blow. Snow White and the Huntsman? Come on now. The movie sucked.
Yeah, not good.
Camp X-Ray, never saw it.
American Ultra sucks.
American Ultra sucked. Keep Personal Shopper, never saw it. Looked bad. Billy Lynn's Long Halftime Walk, never watched it, but I know it's an Ang Lee movie, but that probably also sucked.
Yeah. She was in a Lizzie Borden movie apparently, which probably sucked because I didn't hear about it.
She's just not. Why is she getting work still? I don't understand.
I don't understand. I don't feel like
Whatever.
her movies make money. I don't understand why she keeps getting work.
It's probably because of Twilight stuff, man.
Yeah, but like Twilight can only carry you so far. Like at least Robert Pattinson's movies are not
But
meant to make money. Like the movies he's in right now are not like big budget movies. Like she keeps getting like pretty decently sized and budgeted movies. Like
okay, but real quick though. But the trailer for
mm,
Charlie's Angels, the reboot again of Charlie's Angels. How do you feel about
yes.
this trailer? I watched it. I want to tell you right now. I think trash.
Yeah. No, it's trash.
It
I don't
has
know. Naomi Scott is not an angel, which is weird because she ends up being. I don't know. I don't like the thing of like they're not all angels from the beginning. That's fucking stupid. I don't like that. And the other chick, I don't know who she is. Like I saw her name and I was like, I've never seen you before in my whole life. And I watched her in the trailer and I was like, yeah, no, I've never seen you before in my whole life.
but then it's going to be starring and directed by Elizabeth Banks.
Yeah, I don't care about that. I don't like any of the movies that she's done. She ruined Power Rangers. Um,
Yeah, she did. Oh my
I don't.
god.
I just don't. I don't think she's been in any good stuff, and I don't like that people think that like she's like this great visionary director or this visionary producer or what the fuck ever. I think she's not a good director. I think she makes terrible changes to stories, and yeah, no, I don't think this is gonna be good.
I saw a comment on the video that I was watching for the trailer on YouTube. I think it was a GameSpot that posted it,
Hmm.
the one that I watched. And the comment was, "This looks like Totally Spies more than it does Charlie's Angels."
I'd be down for a Totally Spies movie.
Now, if this movie came out and it was Totally Spies,
I'd be
I
down.
think I'd be like, yeah.
Yeah,
Not that Charlie's Angels is some holy ground series because I don't give a fuck about Charlie's Angels, but like,
we already have Angels.
but I think people already have in their mind of they already have Drew Barrymore, Cameron Diaz, and Ling
Lucy
Ling,
Liu,
Lucy Liu.
Ling Ling.
Yeah, they already got that in their minds. Again, I'm Asian. They already got that in their minds as Charles Angels, and I feel like this is not why. It's not the right time. It's how I feel about Ocean's whatever it was called.
Yeah,
It,
Ocean's 8.
and we're not going to see
Yeah,
a sequel because no one liked it.
yeah, because it's not good. I don't understand why they think that because well, first of all, it's not even the same thing where it's like Charlie's Angels is still just women. It just doesn't look good. Like it's always been women. It just doesn't look good. But with
Yeah,
Ocean's 8, it's like I don't know. It's Hollywood was in that weird phase where they're like, oh, we can make anything with women and people will love it and it'll make money. And they're like, no, you still first of all, just no, and it still has to be good. You
I
can't just
think I would be down for this movie if they made a serious version of it, like a serious take,
yeah.
like a
Mm,
Jason Bourne, James, like that kind of shit. That version of Charlie's Angels, where it's actually like, I would be like, that's a different take on it. We already have a
yeah.
comedy one, so let's do
Yeah,
a
but it's very
serious one.
comedy. So that yeah, it doesn't make any sense that we're making another comedy one. Because if I want to watch a comedy Charles Angels, I'll just watch the one with Cameron Diaz in it.
Right. But the trailer, yeah, the trailer looked bad, and then just the I don't think anyone cares. It's not who cares about
Yeah,
Charlie's
no,
Angels.
I think I would much prefer it if this was like Totally Spies.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
But what do you want to hit next, news wise?
I think we have to hit the elephant that we have not hit yet,
Okay.
which is that Psych 2 is
Yeah.
coming out. I still haven't seen Psych 1 yet, which makes me sad. Because I was going to watch the original series over again before I watched the Psych movie. And I didn't do that.
Dude, it's
So I
good.
had to watch the movie. I know,
It's
it's
good.
great. I need to watch the movie, so I'll probably watch the movie. I hope sometime soon. I don't know where I can watch it, but I'll probably find somewhere I can watch it.
I think it's on the USA's website if you have streaming. I don't know though. I could be wrong. It's really
Okay.
good. It's a fun movie. It's not as
Yeah,
good as the show, obviously, but it's a good
but
movie.
yeah.
I'm more excited to see.
Psych 2's coming out.
You see, the problem is that Psych won the movie. The guy Timothy O'Mudson, who plays Carlton, had like a stroke before the filming, so
Oh,
he was barely in it because he was still recovering from a stroke. So that's why
that's
this
why they made the promise that this will have 100% more laughter.
exactly because he's healthier now.
Yeah,
So that's the thing too. So yeah, I mean, I'm excited for it. I wish they would just bring the show back because they canceled
yeah.
it or they brought it they stopped doing it when the show was still at a peak.
Did they
Um,
cancel it or did they just end it?
I think they just ended it because it was still highest one of the highest rated shows on the USA.
Yeah.
It was the longest running show at the time, so I mean I don't know. It's a good show, and I feel like I just rewatched it recently. I don't know why. I don't
Yeah.
know. It's such a classic show that I'll end up rewatching. I was thinking about buying it. I already have a box set of it. I want to buy another one, so I have two just in case.
Yeah.
It's such a good show, and it's on Amazon Prime, which is how I'm watching it now, thankfully. But I'm excited
Yeah.
for the next movie for sure. I'm excited for sure.
Yeah. No, definitely. I'm happy for it, and I always want to see more Burton Guster, so I'm excited to see him.
But the last three things I got on the list? Do you want to mention the Stan stuff? Do you want to mention Clooney stuff, or do you want to mention Disney
The
stuff? Or
Stan
do you want?
stuff, the Stan stuff, I feel like can wait because honestly, it's like the only big thing is that I don't even remember who it was.
There you go.
Whatever, what's his face has been cast as the main guy in it, and I can't even remember his fucking name. The one from Westworld.
Okay.
Can't remember his name, but he's in Westworld. Oh God, what was his name? Well, now I'm gonna fucking kill myself over his name. Oh well.
All right.
But
Well,
yeah,
do you want to
that-
hit? Do you want to hit the Clooney thing, or do you want to not, or just want to call it? What do you want to do?
I think we can just call it.
Cool. Because the Galaxy's Edge stuff is fine. The Clooney thing, I don't really care about. You know.
Yeah, the Clooney thing, I thought it was interesting, but I mean, it's just another Clooney movie. I don't know. I'm not super. I'm not super into having to hit it. So.
Cool. Well, guys, it's been a news week, and we're thinking about. I don't know, man. I kind of want to do the anime preview coming up, obviously.
Obviously, yes. James
Should-
Martin, got it.
Yeah, should we do a review of something coming up, or should we kind of do something like that coming up, or what? What do you think?
Well, we've got the anime preview next week, so I feel like that's going to be a big chunk of time.
Absolutely. Well, yeah, don't do the review next week, but do you want to do a review
No.
coming up?
Yeah, I feel like we could do another review coming up.
That way we can alternate between news heavy episodes and then review episodes or something like
Yeah.
that.
And then, if we end up having a review and then it ends up being a news heavy week, then we could just like delay it or switch it or whatever. So yeah, no, I'm down for that.
Because maybe, I still want to do the commentary.
Ooh, yeah, I would be down to a commentary.
I still want
I
to do
feel like I
commentary.
have to move though before I do a commentary because I don't think I could stream and do a recording at the same time. But
Right. I do want to do a commentary still. Maybe we can do a commentary if you come down, we can do it in person.
yeah, I could schedule out a time where I could come down and we could do a commentary for sure. I mean, Thursdays and Fridays always work for me, so I could just schedule a time that I could drive down and do a commentary.
Or I can go up, either one.
Either way.
So maybe we could do a commentary soon. Maybe we can do our wrestling commentary soon.
Ooh.
Because Fighter Fest is coming up.
Fire Fest, isn't that Saturday?
Yeah,
or is it Sunday?
This weekend is Fighter Fest, yeah.
I'm going to look up which day.
I think it's
If it's
28th.
Saturday, I might watch the whole thing. But if it's Sunday, I definitely can.
Because we can I want to do a wrestling commentary. I want to do movie commentary. Maybe we can do a classic License to View, a.k.a. classic Ticket Stubs podcast where we just do a movie review.
I'd be down for that.
Because the first episodes we ever done were like just movie
The
reviews.
episodes we ever did they had no movie news in it at all. It was just us reviewing whatever movie. Because
yeah.
I think the first one we ever did wasn't it Godzilla?
That or Legally Blonde. We did Legally Blonde. We did...
Blonde was early. We did... Fargo was when we started doing news.
I can probably tell you. Hold on.
Days of Future Past.
That
we
was
did
one, yeah.
Fault in Our Stars.
I can tell. I'll pull the YouTube channel right now.
Yeah.
Because the YouTube channel has everything, obviously. Let me go sort by
Bring back a classic.
oldest.
We could do a standalone review, or we could bring back our movie guessing game.
We could do that. So the first one we ever did was Days of Future Past.
Okay.
Episode 1. 5 years ago.
Yeah. Whew.
And then we did... Yeah, we did Days of Future Past, Godzilla. Then we did The Fault in Our Stars, then Legally Blonde. What a weird, eclectic mix.
What a weird mix of...
For the first 5 episodes, like the first 2 episodes, the first 3 I get, but Legally Blonde, like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And then we did Bourne, and then The Warriors, then Hobbit, and then we started kind of veering off to do whatever we wanted to do.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, whatever we can do the movie guessing game. We could do a solo review. I'm down for whatever, man. Whatever you want.
Let's do a solo review
Okay.
next time. After anime, let's do a solo review.
Okay. Well, let's keep in your mind in your mind's eye. I was watching Chris D'Elia's special from a couple years back last
Oh,
night.
oh, that was another thing I watched. Was that I watched the last two specials that Dave Chappelle did.
Oh, really?
The what was it? It was like Equilarium or whatever, and then his Bird Revelation. His
Oh,
Bird
right.
Revelation is fucking killer. I love that special of his. The Equilarium or whatever it was called was fine, but Bird Revelation was definitely like probably one of his better ones that I've seen. I mean, his best is still Killing Them Softly, which is like
Oh, yeah.
the first one
Classic.
he did, and it's like the best one he'll ever do because
Well,
that's so killer.
his HBO half hour before Killing Them Softly is great.
Yeah,
He did two the 2 hours on Comedy Central. I forget what they're called. It's Killing Them Softly and then the other one.
yeah. I can't remember what the other one's called, but yeah, it's like he has the mustache and
Hold on, let me look real quick because Killing Them Softly is like the big one. Da, da, da. I can't. I don't
let me see.
know. Film a
Look
film.
on- look at his IMDb. I'm sure it's on there.
Half hour. Kill Them Softly.
They have to list his specials on there.
For what it's worth.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah,
Okay.
for what it's worth. Yeah, which is not as good as Killing Them Softly.
Yeah.
2000 that came out. Fucking 2000, man. God damn.
Whew. Whew.
Fucking 19 years ago.
Damn, son.
But guys, we will get back at you next week with another episode of LTV, License to View, with the anime preview. And then week after that, we'll do a solo review probably. And we'll just keep going from there, guys. Trying to mix it up a little bit. We'll find us on Spotify. We're working on other podcast services. Like, still working on it, man. It just, Spotify's so much easier. But we'll be
Yeah.
up on YouTube with the audio version most likely. Maybe the video version, seeing how I feel. Thanks, guys.